Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, so speaking of
Ladies
Mr.
in their shoes that can get them in trouble.
Professor Jeff Stein is in town, so folks over in the Drake neighborhood, hide. Lock your doors, close your windows, because that's where Professor Stein is. Hello, Professor, how are you?
Drop the drapes down, turn out the porch lights, change the address number on the front of the house. I am in town. That is correct.
Wow. We're going to talk about what you're doing in town here in just a couple of moments. But first and foremost, Professor, every day at this time, we like to learn a little bit about what has happened on this day in Iowa history. And nowadays, we've heard a lot of talk about immigration, Michelle.
Yes, we have.
A lot of things going on. About a century and a half ago, there was an immigration of a large population within our country's borders, wasn't there, Professor?
Absolutely. And we're talking today about America's first national experiment in foster care. Between 1854 and 1929, nearly 250,000 poor and homeless children were rescued from the streets of New York by something called the Children's Aid Society. They were then placed with families in the Midwest and West. And the number, frankly, to me is staggering. About 7,000 of these children ended up in the state of Iowa. 7,000 spread out among 105 Iowa towns. And historians have called it the greatest mass migration of children in the history of the entire world.
How did that many children make it here?
Well, literally, Michelle, they made their way westward via trains, which were quickly dubbed orphan trains.
Right.
Now, the vision was that the children would be healthier and happier away from big city poverty and neglect. Well, that's all well and good, but unfortunately, often siblings were separated because most foster families only wanted one child. And unfortunately, some were treated more like servants than members of the family. But on the whole, though, records indicate those who did end up here in the state of Iowa, they really thrived.
Yeah, but they've been remembered, though, in some very unique ways, though, correct?
Absolutely. A musical was written not long ago. If you can imagine that, a musical written to bring to life the stories of these children who persevered despite rather humble beginnings. And the fact that the musical made its Midwestern debut in Fairfield in southeast Iowa 7 years ago was appropriate, because the orphan train made its first stop in Fairfield on this date in 1869. That's 150 years ago today. So it's the sesquicentennial of the orphan train arriving in Fairfield.
Wow, how unusual is that? And have all those kids end up in the state of Iowa?
It's hopefully they all went to good homes, and it's just sad, to see all of them on the train like that.
But the brothers and sisters being separated, that had to be hard, and hopefully able a chance to reunite as many as possible. But great stuff there, Professor. Now, if people want to go back and get all the details of the orphan train and what happened 150 years ago today, where can they go and get that info?
Go to iowaalmanac.com. This story's there. Also, Twitter and Instagram at Iowa Almanac. And, Iowa obviously has been the home to refugees for so many decades. We think about the time during the Governor Ray's administration with the Vietnamese coming, et cetera. But it dated back 150 years ago. Iowa had barely been a state by that point.
Amazing. Also, another amazing fact that you popped up here in the great city of Des Moines. Tell everybody what you're doing hanging out over at Drake.
Well, this is the second annual Harken on Wellness Symposium. It's presented by the Harken Institute, which, of course, is based at Drake University. And they bring people in from around the country to connect with folks here at the local level. They'll be recognizing those who have done some unique initiatives, pilot programs across the state. And again, second annual, but here's the subheading, and this will probably interest you both. It's called Public Planet and Health Policy, a New Age Approach to Food Systems. So we're going to talk about health and food and care of individuals. It's free and open to the public at the Olmsted Center at Drake. You can come by at any point if you like, drop in, drop out, listen to the speakers, and just know that this is an important topic that's being discussed by the right people to make a difference in Central Iowa.
And how long is this going to be going on today?
This goes until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they are just getting started. In fact, if we had done this segment 10 minutes ago, not 10 years ago, 10 minutes ago, you would have seen Senator Harkin standing at a table back here, but he's up at the podium now welcoming everyone. to the symposium sponsored by the institute that bears his name.
Okay, well,
You can give us some of the cliff notes on this event tomorrow for those of us who can't catch it.
We will make notes, and I'll be doing my radio program from here at 10 o'clock this morning on News Talk 1540 KXEL, which you can hear throughout the great state of Iowa.
okay, you're going to have Mr. Harkin on your program, I hope?
The senator will be along, and Joseph Jones, who runs the institute, and later today, former governor and former Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack is the midday speaker.
Nice.
And so I'm going to sit down with him for an extended conversation that will play on the radio another time.
That works. Well, tell Tom we said hi. Please do.
I will definitely say that the Iowa Live crew said hello.
No question about it. Thank you so much,
Yes,
buddy, and
thank
have a
you.
great time
Have a great
over there.
day over there.
Looking forward to tuning in a little after 10 o'clock to find out what's going on.
Sounds good. Talk
All right,
to you
buddy.
tomorrow from home base.
Sounds like a plan. All right. He loves doing that. That's right in his wheelhouse, isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
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 And doing his show live from there, too, with all those guests that you just mentioned is perfect.
Yes.
All right.